Howdy y'all. I'm gonna do some eyeshadow while I talk about the title of this video. I just got my nails done the other day. Look at how gorge. They're like this blue kind of smoky cat's eye color that I really like. And I'm gonna try to do some eyeshadow to kind of match the nails. That's the plan, because I like having something to do while I yap. Let's just get into it. According to psychcentral.com, a serial monogamist is a person who moves from one romantic relation to another very quickly, spending as little time single as possible. Today, I just wanted to talk about my past experience being a serial monogamist and having to admit that to myself. And I have now been single for over a year and some change. So I feel like we've recovered, we've like broken the cycle. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what that was like and what I learned from that. I think I'll start with this blue just to get something going. I guess I'll start with giving you a brief dating history for myself. I didn't start really dating until I was a senior in high school. And to me that felt kind of like a late bloomer, because a lot of people were dating like in middle school and early high school. So I was like, why isn't it happening for me yet, you know? But looking back now, that's like a perfectly normal age to start dating. And a lot of people start even later than that, and that's perfectly okay. But I got my first boyfriend second semester of my senior year of high school. So I was 18 and we dated for a year and a half-ish. We broke up beginning of my sophomore year, beginning of my second year of college, because we were like long distance and yada yada. I guess I don't need to go into the lore of every relationship. I just want to give you a timeline. So we broke up in September, and then I spent the next few months single, but oh my god, I was obsessed with boys. I was on dating apps at the time, dark time, and I was in college on my own, and you know, so coming from my only experience romantically, sexually with this one person from high school, I kind of just went buck wild, and this was like my hoe phase, if you will. Sorry. From September through March-ish, I was making my rounds, basically, not focusing on myself, not taking any time to reflect on my breakup or what that relationship taught me or what I was looking for in a new potential relationship. I was just like going crazy and like having fun, which sometimes you need to do. I don't regret anything I did by any means. And that's kind of, I mean, I don't regret any of how I pursued these relationships, because it allowed me to have these lessons that I can share with y'all now and take with myself. So I don't regret any of this, but I was making the rounds until March. I got into another relationship, and I ended up dating this person. This is the longest relationship I've ever had. We dated for 2 years and some change, almost 2.5 years, I think. And I moved in with this person, and our lives became pretty intertwined. Yeah, this was the first time I ever like lived with a man, lived with a partner. Then the only time. I don't see myself doing that again for the foreseeable future. We break up in September of 2022-ish, and September, bad breakup time, I guess, I don't know. And then, oh my god, I don't know why I couldn't handle being single for longer than 2-3 months. Like, it's embarrassing a little bit looking back, like how quickly I jumped into something else. And the person I ended up jumping into a relationship with, they were kind of rebounding as well. We were both like very fresh out of relationships and definitely should have taken time to heal, but instead we didn't do that. The breakup was in September. By December, I'm with a new man. Like, what? Why did I do that? In the moment, it didn't seem crazy. It didn't seem bizarre. It felt very natural and like the right thing in the moment. But looking back, it's like, girl, why? Why can't you just spend some time alone? I don't know. Get with this new person in December of 2022. We're together for a year, basically. And we break up December of 2023, okay? And now we are here in February of 2025. And I've been single this whole time. I did try to go on a couple casual dates a few months after that last breakup, and then I think it just hit me. I was like, fuck, dude, like, you don't need to do this. You don't need to be dating someone. Like, it's okay. Anyways, that was my timeline, a little bit longer winded than I wanted, sorry. I'm gonna take some black eyeshadow and just smoke this up a little bit. I made a list of 5 things I learned as a recovered serial monogamist that I would like to share with you. Perhaps if you have found yourself in this cycle, maybe I can inspire you to break it and maybe be a little more mindful of why you're seeking a relationship or the types of relationship you're seeking. Yeah, let's just get into it. Number 1, I was lying about why I wanted a partner. I always kind of thought that I was confident in myself and like independent, self-sufficient, but I was not acting like it at all. I was trying to convince myself I was complete and whole on my own, and I was just looking for a partner to add to that, when in reality, I definitely was using my partner to distract from myself, my potential. I especially loved if my partner had problems that I could focus on instead of my own problems. It's like, let me fix you instead of looking inward on anything like that I could do. I also thought having a partner proved that I was good, that I was correct, like that I was doing something right societally. Being in a relationship meant that I was desirable. There was something good about me. There was something that people, like, there was something desirable about me, you know? This is wrong because we know so many people in relationships that are shitty, and it means you don't have like self-esteem, and it doesn't mean that you're good or desirable. It means that you're, you know, settling for something that you don't have to be. Number 2, it is so dangerous for your emotions to rely so closely on someone else and how they view you. It's just a very fragile sense of self. When I was in these relationships, it was like, if my partner has a good day, I have a good day. But if they have a bad day, I have a bad day. And that's just never healthy, to place your emotions on someone else's. It also put whatever I was feeling on the back burner, because I was just like, okay, well, if my partner has a bad day, then I can't have a bad day. Like, I have to be strong for them and focus on what they're dealing with. Like, I don't want to bring the mood down even more. Over the years, I've learned that you really can't put too much weight on anyone's opinion. Like, not even like your mom. I love my mom. She's like one of my favorite people ever. But at the end of the day, I have to know myself and what is truly what I value. I love my mom and I care about her, and it does make me sad when she's having a bad day or going through something, but I also need to know that I am my own person, separate from her, and what I feel is up to me. Number 3, if you can't enjoy alone time without constantly texting someone, that's not ideal. I was always in constant communication with my partners, or thinking about when the next time I could be in communication with them. And I would be very anxious if I went too long without hearing from them. And it kind of just ruins like certain situations. Like, I could be like, I'm not living in the moment, especially like doing things alone. I used to think I enjoyed alone time, but it was always like secondary. It was always my second choice. It was like, oh, I'd rather be doing this with my person, but I'll make the most of it because I'm alone. Whereas now it's like, I genuinely love spending time with myself. Like, she's really cool and fun to hang out with, and I get to do whatever she wants when I hang out with her, like just her. When someone else is there, you gotta, you know, compromise a little bit more. So I've just grown to really love spending time with myself. And I think now that I'm like comfortable on my own and feel like a complete person who can do things themselves and, you know, support themselves and their own emotions, I feel so much more equipped to be in a relationship now. Except now it's like not a priority. And I would never now want to be in a relationship where someone was like, you know, constantly wanted to be in communication with me. Like, I really value my alone time. Alone time gives me confidence, which will benefit me in a partnership. Like, I know that I am a complete, whole, like, functional, interesting person on my own. I felt like in the past in relationships, like, the most interesting thing about me was my relationship, and that's not it. Number 4, this kind of goes along with what I was just saying about getting alone time. Being alone has allowed me to date myself and have higher expectations for future relationships. Once you realize all the things you are able to provide yourself, just on your own, and the happiness, the fulfillment you're able to give yourself, the way you're able to treat and spoil yourself, take yourself places, try things that you love, it's like, oh my god, now my expectations for a partner is like, they have to match that. You have to spoil me at least as much as I spoil myself. You know, you have to plan fun dates to the extent that I plan fun dates for myself, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, I can do these things for myself. I know what I bring to the table. Now that I'm capable of providing this happiness, this peace, this security for myself, my expectations of a partner are even higher. They have to meet that. They have to exceed that. I'm not gonna settle for someone who can't even come close to matching the love that I give myself. Okay, this is the main star of the show. This is ColourPop Dream Much Super Shock Shadow. I think this matches my nails really well. You see? And whenever I like catch myself feeling kind of jealous, or not jealous, just kind of like, oh, I wish I had a relationship. Like, I see all of these people around me in relationships, and then I kind of look closer at the relationships and I'm like, oh, I actually don't want that. I'm actually not jealous of that. Last, ooh, I'm gonna take this silver color, sparkly silver, and put that like in the center kind of. Okay, last lesson, number 5. Superficial similarities do not necessarily guarantee a successful romantic relationship. This goes for friendships too. I used to think because I liked the same art as someone, we like the same media, these initial similarities, things we have in common, they only mean so much. You especially have to be careful of this on dating apps, because it can look so perfect. It's like, oh my god, we like the same artist, we like the same TV show, I like his haircut, like, therefore he must be a good partner for me. Like, no. Obviously these things can be a good initial, like, indicator, a good stepping stone, but step back and look at this person aside from the fact that you like the same art. Do you enjoy this person and your relationship with them? Especially take out of your attraction to them. Like, is this a good person? Is this someone you would be friends with? Not just, do your aesthetics match? Oh my god, please take that out of it. That's something I really had to learn. I'm not saying take attraction out of it. I'm saying, like, aesthetics. Like, you don't have to go together perfectly for you to be, like, you don't have to, your aesthetics don't have to perfectly match for you to be a really successful romantic relationship, you know? Take away the fact that you bonded over liking the same obscure TV show. Take that part out. Look at their personality. Look at their character. I'm gonna do some mascara real quick and then I'll close this out. Okay, y'all, that's all I've got for today. I hope it inspired you to look inward a little. Maybe count how many months you've spent your developmental years single and reflect on that a little bit. Even if you are in a relationship, maybe focusing more on yourself and trying to build independence within that relationship. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.